to run a 400 meters. So you had to submit, an application with your records and things that you have done and so on and so forth. And then they will select the top 8 athletes. Because 2 Chinese athletes have to automatically be in
of course
the race, because China is a communist country. So they want to dictate.
Oh, come on now. Don't start doing that. Don't do.
But that's what it is. They say they have to have 2 Chinese in the event.
Okay. Well, it got nothing to do with being a communist country, does it?
It does.
No, it doesn't. Go ahead.
That's dictatorship. You dictate
know what?
to other people.
Oh, please. Go ahead. And
so you don't think that's being dictatorial?
If I'm hosting an event, yes, I would like 2 other Americans there. Boom.
You really? Really? So because you...
Well, not me personally.
No, because you're hosting the event, you just want to... It could be 2 of the slowest people in the world. You want them in the race.
Well, they want to see if they can compete. That's right. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Don't throw any, political stuff.
So they picked 8 individuals, and I was the only representative from the USA.
Wow.
And then they picked 8 individuals for the woman, and this other young lady was the only representative from...
Wait, and how old is this?
She's about 51.
Okay, that's a woman. That's not a young lady. Go ahead.
Okay. So...
Yeah.
So they picked both of us, but there's a catch to the whole situation. And knowing how I think, they decided they were going to provide us with free hotel and free per diem for the days that we're going to be in Beijing. But we have to buy our own tickets.
Wow.
But this is fine. However, knowing how I'm a critical thinker.
Go ahead, Anselm.
I already got on the ball to talk to the United States Federation that since we're going to be representing America,
that they should.
And there are going to be other athletes, open athletes, the young athletes that are selected by America being there, that they should pay our way as well as provide us with all of the outfits and uniforms that they are given.
That you're representing.
Because I'm representing America. And I think that song's, it's only 2 athletes. It's not going to bust their budget. So I'm waiting to hear back.
And when is this supposed to happen?
The 27th to the 30th of August.
Okay.
So I think that my reputation is going to help me here.
Maybe we can get the coalition and help sponsor. Anything. The township.
Yesterday's yesterday, today's today.
Township of Maplewood, South Orange. MAPSO to sponsor you.
You know, as you say that, you know what? You just remind me of something. I didn't share that on SOMO.
You didn't share what?
That event.
Oh.
And if we had 860 people that saw
the number is 997 right now.
You kidding?
I'm looking at it.
997.
So maybe if I click on it, I can make it 998.
Wow.
900. I hope 997 people are listening to us right now.
That's impressive, isn't it?
That is highly impressive. I think you should keep the fire going, Anselm. Somebody told me people just like controversy, so maybe that's what it's all about.
That's what it's about? You think so?
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't know,
but I don't think that's...
You don't think
controversy,
there's any controversial about it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, I don't really think it is either, but...
I just think that, there's a quote. Here's today's quote. And I'm going ahead today. It's easy to stand with the crowd. It takes courage to stand alone. You know who said that?
No, who said it?
Mahatma Gandhi.
Okay. People are labeling Gandhi a racist these days.
Yeah. But you know what?
I'm going to have to teach him next week. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I look at many of the things that he said. It's prophetic. Mm-hmm. He says, for an eye only make the whole world blind. Right? To me, that makes a lot of sense. Because, because you did something first, I should come back and do you. It's like in Trinidad, there's a government in power now. They think because the last government did something or didn't do something, right, that this government should try to change the whole thing. Like, for example, it is said that the last government didn't look after Indian people in Trinidad and Tobago, which is totally false. So when the new Indian government came in,
Right.
the Indian government decided,
We're going to really watch out for Indians now.
Exactly. We're going to watch out for Indians now, and the blacks, the few blacks that are going to come along, you figure it out on your own. And I tell them all the time, I say, look, Gandhi said an eye for an eye only make the whole world blind. Because if I dig out one of your eyes,
Well, to help one group, does that necessarily mean that you're going to take away from the other group?
Yeah, that's what they do.
But I mean, people believe that in any case. If you help my kid, that means you're going to hurt another kid. Or if you give these people a job, that means someone else from my team is not going to get something. I mean, why can't we all? There's more than enough to share out here, wouldn't you say?
No. People don't think, they don't say that. Because what I want for me. And I think once I get something and you trying to take it away from me, I'm going to do whatever I have to do.
You can have what you have for you. That doesn't mean you have to take away from me, though.
No, I don't have to take away from you. I don't have to take away from you. I have to see how I can get more. Because the more you have, the more you want.
Do you think that's true?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So you don't think that some people are content with what they have?
Oh, there are some people. Yeah, there are people content with their lot.
I mean,
but a lot of people get more, and as soon as they get, that's human nature.
I don't know about all
Yes,
that.
it is. Yes, it is.
I'm not going for that whole human nature thing.
I'll give you an example.
Well, and well, let's look at you. I mean, you could still be somewhere on Wall Street making more and more, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, but you decided not to do that.
But I choose differently. That's why there's not many people like me. There's not. You see, because I look at it as that the things I'm doing, I'm happy as hell.
Hell isn't a happy place, but go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead, yeah. I said
didn't
hell
say I'm
isn't
happy
a
in
happy.
hell. I'm happy as hell.
Hell is not any.
I'm happy as heaven. Okay.
Okay.
You're
I'm
not a Christian.
extremely
All of a
happy.
sudden,
I'm not a Christian.
You're worrying about hell or heaven. You're not,
I just,
what are you?
wanted to be consistently.
What are
semantically
you are selective. You are conveniently selective.
Conveniently selective.
Yeah, you're not a Christian. But when a person say I'm happy as hell, you're just like, oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, but that doesn't make sense to be happy as hell. It just doesn't.
Well,
make
I'm
sense.
happy as heaven. How
Okay,
about that?
you're just happy. You're very extremely happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like.
And does that happiness all about money?
No, it's not about money.
Okay, so everyone isn't motivated by greed. I mean, just
Most people are. Most people. I give you.
How
an
about?
example.
Let's say half the people might be.
Okay, half the people might be. Let me give you an example. If you drive a Nissan Sentra and then you decide to drive a BMW, it's going to be difficult for you to go back and drive a Nissan Sentra because you have experienced now luxury.
Experience what?
Luxury.
Luxury.
Yeah, that's what we call it, luxury. Well, how do you guys say? See, you come tonight to antagonize me tonight. Racism alert.
Luxury.
Microaggression alert. Hello, microaggression
There's
alert.
another microaggression.
That's right, microaggression. You see, you go onto the Community Coalition Race Forum, and you're microaggressive all of a sudden. You also
now you just recognize the microaggression.
Yeah, you're microaggression.
Macroaggression.
Well, you both micro and macro. You're maximum micro.
Yeah, I just go ahead, keep going.
So yeah, if you go to a BMW,
well,
it's hard for you to go back to. Let's use ourselves as an example. If you move to Maplewood, it's not easy for some people to move to Union, for example.
That's true.
I could move to Union. Really. I can move to Union tomorrow. Because what that means to say that is that I'm going to be even living a better life.
Why? Because you would be paying less taxes?
I'll be paying less taxes. Right? I'll be paying a lower mortgage. I ain't got to worry. I could get a big house, cost me lower. And there's a lot of the things you don't have to worry. I don't have to, Maple don't have to always be raising my taxes every year. And I pay more and more and more. And you got to come some point in time. You know, I'll give you an example.
Oh, my
and this
goodness.
is personal.
You know, wait
This
a
is
minute.
personal.
Now, is this where we're going? Go ahead. Go ahead.
I used to lease cars. Every 3 years, I lease a new car.
Why is that?
Because I just wanted a new car. I felt that I deserved to get a new car every 3 years to lease a new car. And I said to myself, I said, you know what? Why are you wasting your time leasing a new car every 3 years? So you know what I did? I went to the auction. I bought myself a car. I don't have no monthly bill anymore. All I have is an insurance bill. And the car only has 52,000 miles in it. And most of the time I lease a car, after 3 years, it has 52,000 miles. So, for me, that make me even happier. Because that's one less bill I got to pay. I don't have to worry about a bill I got to pay every single month. And I don't even own the car after 3 years. So I got rid of that. One less. And that is the things that I believe people don't focus on. And they focus on, man, if my neighbor is driving a SL 500 Mercedes Benz and I'm driving a X5 BMW, that somehow something is wrong with you because they're driving on it. I don't look at what other people are doing. I'm only concerned with how me and my family is doing.
Well, you know, people who are concerned about putting on appearances of looking a certain way. I mean,
but we have this in this community quite a bit.
I mean, it's prevalent in society all over, actually, because people want things, and they want things that are better than other people's. People all over the world, I believe, are that way. But I don't believe all people are motivated by having things. I mean, there's a point where you have maybe enough. There's a middle way, you know. You're not too poor and
Not
you're
the
not
rich guys.
too rich.
The rich guys never have enough.
Yeah.
They-
Those people are extremely power thirsty, but they're, you know, outliers and extremes to everything.
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah.
you say?
There's always an outlier. Yeah, of course there is. You know. So what's in the local news?
I don't know. I haven't looked at the local news today. I went home and I had a really good day yesterday, and it just took me a long time to get over it.
Oh, what happened yesterday?
It was just a lot of cool things, you know, and
Like
you
what?
know, but this incident here with you is funny, and just you know, fighting with the lawnmower, and it's just an interesting day. It was just a good day yesterday.
Was it a good day?
Well, once I got out of work, I told you about my car accident.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've learned, and everyone's telling me I should have called the police, but I didn't do that. So, but everything worked.
You get
out.
shaky when certain situations happen, though.
Obviously, I
Yeah.
get shaken up.
And you shut down, sort of.
I do.
Yeah, that's not good, though.
Well, you know, maybe
When things happen, I tend to think quick. I'm like, okay, step back. What should I do? What's the best thing to do? How should I handle this? How should I deal with this? What is going to happen a week from now, 2 days from now? What?
Okay, and so was I. This woman hit my car, but she's blaming me. Should I call the police? What would happen if I call my insurance? 1 week from now, 2 weeks from now, 2 years from now, my insurance will still be high.
But suppose something get wrong with you 2 weeks from now. Suppose all of a sudden you started to experience severe back pains.
Oh, no, it was nothing like it. wasn't all that.
But you don't know.
It wasn't like that.
You never know.
And I am experiencing back pain, but it's got nothing to do with that.
But you never know. I always say prevention is better than cure.
I always say find a good insurance company and try to not let them beat you for money.
Well, insurance company, they raise your insurance regardless. Doesn't matter what you do. Whether it's your fault or no fault.
I know. And that's why I'm not talking to them. I'm not
care.
talking to them. So what's going on in this town that you've seen other than your
Well, the
post
big
here?
deal is that the big deal is that they had 2